Good morning, good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to our cloud coaching session. Today, we talk about how to deploy Red Hat workloads on OCI. We are happy to be joined by Ainura and Marius, who are coming from the Cloud Compute Specialist team in Oracle EMEA. And they will do a presentation of the Red Hat workloads. And then, of course, we conclude the session with a very cool demo that Ainura builds. We keep in mind that everything you see in this call has an educational scope. So if you like to use our services further, feel free to connect with somebody from the Oracle account team. Also, if you like to watch any of our sessions recordings in the future, there might be some differences in the Cloud Console menu because our services are enhanced on a regular basis. And last but not least, if you have an Oracle Cloud account created, feel free to log into your Cloud Console and take this journey together with Ainura today. She will show you how simple it is to deploy and to enable the services that we show today. All right, that was all on my side. Marius, over to you.
Thank you very much, Violeta.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Let me just share my screen. My name is Marius Scholtz, and I work for Oracle, and I am part of the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Domain Specialist team. And what we do is we support the Oracle team, Oracle sales team. So this session today, installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This is an interesting subject, and I hope that you will benefit from this. But first, just some background information on Red Hat. First of all, Red Hat Enterprise Linux is a Linux distribution developed by Red Hat. And it's a commercial Linux distribution developed by Red Hat. And Oracle Cloud Infrastructure is the name of Oracle Cloud that provides infrastructure and platform services for almost any workload. So Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, or OCI, offers services to help you build, deploy, manage, and also migrate your cloud services or your services on-premise to cloud. So examples of these Oracle Cloud Infrastructure services that we offer are container services such as Kubernetes, database services, developer services, AI, where you turn raw data into information. And also what we do offer is infrastructure services, such as installing Red Hat on OCI that we will showcase today. Let me move forward. So why would you want to run Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure? Perhaps your on-premise hardware is running Red Hat Enterprise Linux and may have reached end of life, and you don't want to renew your hardware. Or your on-premise hardware maintenance costs are too high. So moving to cloud will save you on the infrastructure maintenance cost. Furthermore, you can easily test disaster recovery to cloud from on-premise to cloud for your Red Hat applications. Some customers prefer Red Hat as their preferred operating system, or the application requires Red Hat, and running it in the cloud will make it easier to deploy. And Oracle can help you with that. Furthermore, perhaps you are facing issues with your hosting provider that cannot provide or guarantee your service level agreements. So Oracle Cloud Infrastructure offers service level agreements on three things. First of all, availability, which is the Oracle's commitment to uptime and connectivity. Furthermore, we also offer a service level agreement on manageability, and that allows you to monitor and modify, manage, and your cloud resources, your virtual machines, your storage, your network. And lastly, Oracle also guarantees a service level agreement on performance. So as a cloud consumer, you will expect your workloads to constantly perform, and Oracle guarantees the performance. If we look at Oracle and Red Hat, we have mutual customers, and the customers have asked for Red Hat on Oracle Cloud. So Oracle can provide that and make it easy for customers to deploy Red Hat Enterprise Linux on cloud. Rapid prototyping and testing. This is a feature that allows you to just deploy your Red Hat Enterprise Linux or RHEL on Oracle Cloud, and you can test new features instead of now installing these versions on-premise. And lastly, once you have the Red Hat Enterprise Linux running on Oracle Cloud, you can use the full catalog of services on Oracle Cloud. And that, for example, you can attach more block volumes, add more data, connect it to an autonomous database, for example, or create clones, or connect to AI services. So Oracle has really made it easy for customers to run Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Oracle Cloud infrastructure. If we look at the support for Red Hat on Oracle Cloud infrastructure, it was announced earlier this year already in 2023, and this announcement specifies that Red Hat Enterprise Linux can run on several architectures and shapes on OCI as a bring your own subscription model. So let me just explain that for a moment. The bring your own subscription model, when you import Red Hat images, you operate under the bring your own subscription model from Red Hat. So the Red Hat Cloud Access program makes this subscription portable. So the terms and conditions of your subscription with Red Hat, including pricing, that remains the same. You must register with a Red Hat Subscription Manager just as you would do an on-premise deployment. And what about support? Who will support me if something goes wrong and I have a Red Hat Enterprise Linux environment on cloud? So Oracle and Red Hat has a partner joint support team that will help our customers if something would go wrong. Oracle will be the first responder and will contact Red Hat if it's needed. This is great for customers and makes support so much easier. Oracle is also a member of Red Hat's Certified Cloud and Service Provider Program. It's the CCSP. And the benefit of Oracle joining the CCSP program is together we and Red Hat are certifying the compatibility and the performance of OCI and the Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Let's move on. So I think that's a good story for customers. Let's just see what environments can Red Hat Enterprise Linux run on Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Okay, first of all, if you look at the picture that I'm sharing on the screen, you see there are different, what Oracle calls shapes for you to run your environment on. And let me just explain a compute shape. For example, this VM standard 3 Flex or VM optimized or a BM. These compute shapes, these are templates that determine the number of cores and memory that are allocated to an instance. So a compute shape, these are available in Intel or AMD or ARM processing architectures. And the compute instance is either the virtual machine or the bare metal. Well, this is where your Red Hat Enterprise Linux will be deployed on. And I'll explain a bare metal server in just a moment. Let's just take an example. Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7 or RHEL 7. This is certified to run on a virtual machine shape called VM standard 3.flex. You see the others environments are grayed out. So that means VM standard 3.flex. This is an Intel type of virtual machine that you can run. And a flexible shape, and this is good news for Oracle customers. A flexible shape is a shape that lets you customize the number of cores, or what Oracle call OCPUs, or Oracle Compute Processing Units, as well as the amount of memory when you create your VM. And not just when you create your VM, once the virtual machine running Red Hat Enterprise Linux was created, you can then also modify it. You can add more processors, more memory and storage. You can even add fewer memory and processors if you wish. Very easy to edit the shape, and just a reboot will be required for you. For another example, let's take Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 and 9, these purplish colors. You can see that customers can select from any processing architecture, Intel, AMD, or ARM, and they can also select all of these shapes that are listed in the second column over here. The VM standard 3, optimized 3, the bare metals, etc. Just a little bit about a bare metal. If we take this example of Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8, let's take this 8.7 environment, which can run on Intel bare metal optimized 3.36. That, or let's take the 64 version rather. It's an Intel version 3.64. 64 denotes the number of cores. So you'll have 64 cores on this server, this bare metal server, which is an isolated server, and you have full control of this server. It's not shared with any other customers. And with this 64 cores, you'll get 1024 gig memory, and you get 2 by 50 gigabits per second network bandwidth. So this is a good option that we can provide to customers, and you can select the processor, you select the memory, you select the number of cores, and you'll deploy your Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Oracle Cloud. So let me just answer some of these questions over here. What versions are supported? And in this link that I've accessed at the bottom, I can show you Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7.9 and 8 and 9 are currently supported and certified to run on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Just some background information. This certification is done by Red Hat and Oracle. So in a partnership together, we make this work for customers. There is a limited support for Red Hat versions 4, 5, and 6. And the reason for this, you can see that full support for Red Hat version 6 ended in 10th of May 2016 already. And Red Hat 7 is at the moment in maintenance support 2, which will end in June next year. So you can download Red Hat Enterprise Linux from this link over here, access.redhat.com. And for this, you will require an account. And Ainura will explain this. You cannot just download the Red Hat, you need an account for that. And you just register an account. And let's move forward. If you are looking for an alternative to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, then Oracle Linux will work. Oracle Linux is also, just like Red Hat, an RPM-based Linux distribution. Oracle Linux is 100% binary compatible with Red Hat. Migrating an existing system from Red Hat or from CentOS is very easy to do, and you do not need to reinstall the operating system. Oracle has made it really easy for customers to switch. Furthermore, you can also run Oracle Linux with the Red Hat kernel. I've highlighted this in the picture at the bottom over here. So you can install Red Hat, which is great for customers if they should. Alternatively, Oracle Linux come with what we call the unbreakable enterprise kernel. And that is a kernel developed by Oracle to integrate with better with Oracle software. And for customers, this is a good story. If you do go for the Oracle Linux on Oracle Cloud, you get Premier support included. So we see a lot of customers interested in that. And for now, what I will do is I will hand over to Ainura to give you a demonstration on how to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you, Marius. Thank you for your presentation. Hi, everybody. Just let me share my screen first, and then I will start showing you my demo. Okay, thank you, Violeta. So, hello, everybody. My name is Ainura, and I actually work in the same team with Marius. We are helping our customers, OCI users all over EMEA to move their workload or to run their workloads on Oracle Cloud infrastructure, particularly on compute services. And today, I will be showing you how to start your Red Hat Enterprise Linux instance in OCI. I'm not sure whether some of you have already tried that, but the process is a bit different from any other operating system which you can run on OCI. That's why today me and Marius wanted to show you how to do that. During the session, I will be touching some different topics on OCI, like networking, like object storage, buckets, etc. And if you are not familiar with such topics, just stay with me, follow me, and for those topics, you can always go to the Slack, to any other resources which you like, maybe some social media channels or social media videos, and I'm sure you can find a lot of information on that, on networking, on object storage, etc. But today, just keep in mind, I will be talking purely on instances and how to create a compute instance. And also, as a prerequisite, be sure that I am a privileged user in my account. So I have a privilege in OCI. My user have a privilege in OCI to create instances, to reach buckets, to create custom images in compute services. So if you have a user in OCI, and if your user has sufficient privileges, you can now go and try it together with me. If you don't have the required privileges, you can ask the privilege from your infrastructure admin and try whatever I do today. And as Violet has showed, actually, it's good to hear that you have some cloud free credits which you can use. And again, keep in mind that even in a free tier, you can create the instance using this image which I will show to you. So let's start, and I will start with showing you the guided process which you can find and which you can follow to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux in OCI. So I'm starting with going to create instances page, which you can find directly on your home screen, or which you can find by going to navigation menu, and under the compute section you can find instances. So when I click on instances, that's the main page, and now I want to click on create instance. And as I said, I'm doing this to show you the guided process how to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux on OCI. For now, I will not be entering any name, anything, just to show you where to find the guide. So when I come here, so this is the place where I choose the image, where I choose the operating system which will be running on my compute VM. And when I click on change image, you see that it shows me the available platform images which I can use to install on compute instance. You can see that some of the images are pre-installed and are ready for me to be used, for example, as Oracle Linux, or if I go to Ubuntu, you can see that there are some images which I just can select and start using. But when I go to Red Hat, you will see just any manual, a step-by-step manual, which should be followed to start using Red Hat Enterprise Linux on OCI. And actually, this may bring a bit confusion, or maybe at this point you may want to stop doing any installation. But just as I want to say the process is fairly easy, and you can do it once, and then they use this image for whatever times you want. So I will just take you through this process and explain you what this process means. But in a short, what we will do, we will just import a Red Hat Enterprise Linux image as a custom image and use that image to create our instances. And I will start with going to the first link, which is actually full instruction in a new page, which will take us to the documentation, OCI documentation, with steps showing what to be done to import the custom image, Red Hat Enterprise Linux custom image to OCI. And the first two steps actually are more informative and will take us to Red Hat ecosystem catalog, first one. And this page is actually the one where you can find the certified versions on the OCI shapes. And you actually may remember this one from Marius' presentation. He had a table showing which processor type and which shape is supporting the particular Red Hat Enterprise Linux version. And this is the official link. And whenever you want to check, does my operating system version operating system version supported on particular shape, you just need to come here and check this. I recommend you to check this link over the time, because as you can see, this list can grow. For example, this GPU shape was added recently. So beside the virtual machines, beside the bare metal machines, we also have a shape with a GPU that can be run with Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And here is the full list, and it's good to come here and check whenever you want to deploy a Red Hat Enterprise Linux on OCI. Then I come back to my instruction page, and the next page is downloading Red Hat Enterprise Linux from Red Hat Customer Portal. And actually, this is the place where you understand the term bring your own subscription. So we will go to Red Hat Customer Portal to download the image, and I need to have a subscription with Red Hat. By the way, I clicked on that, and it takes me to the page where I can download the image. And actually here you can see that I am already logged in to the system. By the way, I registered to the Red Hat Customer Portal with my own account. So if you are a developer, you probably will do the same. You see, I used my personal email address just to be sure that I can reach this portal by my own as a developer, as a normal user, and I can always try Red Hat Enterprise Linux on different platforms, including OCI. So for me, I will select Red Hat Enterprise Linux for download. And one important thing, coming back to my instruction page, you see the image format must be a KVM guest image. So I cannot download ISO file. I cannot bring any binary DVDs, but I need to download KVM guest image. Okay. So today I will be using version 9.3 KVM guest image. I know that it is supported and certified. I have already checked it with my predefined shape. So the shape which I'll be using in this demo is E4 flex shape, which is actually an AMD shape. So 9.3 is good for me, and I just come here and click download. So it's normal download process. When you click save, it will start downloading. But just to save today's time, I have downloaded it previously for you, and just on Monday actually. And you can see that on my folder there is a file ending with QCO2, which is a KVM guest image. So what I will do next, I will come back to my instruction menu, and I see that next steps is actually custom image importing to OCI. So first step is upload my image to a bucket in object storage, and then importing it as a custom image to OCI. This process is actually very similar to any custom image, so not particular to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, but for any image which you want to bring to OCI as a custom image, you first upload it to a bucket and then import it as a custom image. So what we will do, we will go to, again, from navigation menu to storage and then to object storage and archive storage to our buckets. These are all buckets available for me, and I have a bucket called Red Hat, and I will use this bucket to upload my image. I come here, I click on upload, I select my file which I want to upload, and just like that, if you want, you can enter any object name prefix. I skip it because actually I will not upload anything because I already done this for you. Upload will take some time, of course, based on your internet speed. It can change, but uploading more than 800 megabytes actually takes time. That's why I did it previously, and we have this QCOW image ready for us to be imported as a custom image. And our next step is importing this image as a custom image, and for this I'm going back to my compute services, and under the compute you can see the section called custom image. I go to custom image and I want to import that image. When you click on that, there are some notes that I need to take care of. First one is image type should be QCOW2 and the launch mode should be paravirtualized mode. So what I do, there is my compartment, so I give it a name for the image to be used, my Red Hat 9.3. It says operating system with Red Hat Enterprise Linux. I will import it from a storage bucket. The name of my bucket is Red Hat and the object is QCOW2. You see, I select an image type as QCOW2 and I leave it as default, and I can click to import image. The process will start immediately. So this image can be used only after this import process, which is in progress now, is completed up to 100%, and as per my previous test, it takes for about 10 to 12 minutes. And again, to save your time, I have already done that. You can see that I have imported this image on Monday. So actually doing the same steps, just to save your time, I did it previously. And after the image is available, when you see this green light, you can start using it. So importing the image is done only once. You don't need to do the same thing whenever you need your Red Hat Enterprise Linux. You import it and just start to create whatever the number of instances of compute VMs you need or bare metal machines you need using this image. I can start creation of the instance directly from this page, or I can go to navigation menu, select compute instances and start from there. So I will just click on create instance. And this is the standard process of creating a compute VM on OCI. I will give it a name. I select the compartment. I select the AD, any AD, whatever you prefer. I will just leave it as default. You see that image now is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.3. This is my custom image, by the way. If you click on change image, you see that it is brought to me from the section my images, and this is the one which I imported to be used for this demo. And whenever I want to create new instance, I can come here and from my image I can find this version of the custom image. So this one is selected. I will not change it. This is the shape. I know that the shape is supported, but I still can change the OCPU number, and if you remember from Marius' presentation, he mentioned that flex shapes, the beauty of flex shapes, that you can select the amount of OCPUs, which actually mean cores, amount of memory defined for whatever number you want, let's say, and it's very easy. because it's test, I will not do much change. Let me just select something like 2 OCPUs, which means 2 cores and 32 gigabytes of memory is quite enough. Let me select that shape. Of course, you can always come back and do the scale up, scale down. Then the networking information, as I said, I didn't touch any networking topic today because, of course, it can be a separate presentation, separate demo for it. But just for your information, what I have a VCN, which is a virtual cloud network in OCI, the place for my network. I have a public subnet, which means that instances running from that subnet will be assigned a public IP. And I have also set all my firewall rules, which means that I can access my instance using SSH port. So all of these rules are already predefined and ready for me to be used. If you want to learn more, please visit our Slack channel, visit our YouTube channels. You definitely will find plenty of resources showing how to create a virtual cloud network, how to set up a public network, how to open all that ports, etc. So for now, just know that everything is ready for me to be used. Then what I definitely need to do, I need to add the SSH key, public key, and then I will be using my private key to connect to this instance. I have one already prepared. So this is my public key. You can change boot volume size, and I will just use the default one, which is something like 50 gigabytes, and I will click on create. Now the creation process has started. Actually, it is very quick. I mean, I didn't prepare any any instances before to be ready because it is created just in 2 or 3 minutes. So you can see that public IP is already assigned. It has a public IP, which I will use to connect to the instance. It has a private IP, which is used in a network which is not reachable from or outside in a private subnet. It has, you can see the shape which we selected. You see the OCPU counts, and actually the instance is already created. It is up and running. I give just maybe 1 more minute to start the SSH services so that it can start running and I can connect. As different from what we used to connect to Oracle Linux images, we have a different user here. So it is a 7th step in our guide, in our instructions in documentation. So the default username for Red Hat Enterprise Linux is cloud user. So if you already tried OCI, you know that to connect to Oracle Linux, we use OPC. To connect to Ubuntu image, we use Ubuntu. And for Red Hat Enterprise Linux, we use cloud user. This is just a standard user, which I will be using to connect. So let me come back here, copy the public address, open my terminal, and I hope you can see the terminal. I will do just SSH -e, my key, cloud user, and the public IP. Click enter, accept the fingerprint, and I'm in. So now I am connected to the image, to the instance in OCI, which runs Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.3. So that's how it's easy. So the process a bit different from what you may be used to do on OCI with different images. But again, this is what we call bring your own subscription, and that's how the subscription is brought to OCI. You do it once, you use the image for whatever time you want. And I hope that from now on, whenever you need Red Hat Enterprise Linux, you can choose OCI as your preferred cloud provider. Hope it was useful for you. If you have any further questions, anything to discuss, you can use our Slack channel or find us on LinkedIn. Find any Oracle representative, maybe anyone from Oracle you know, and reach us, and we can help you to move your workloads or deploy Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux on OCI. Now I will pass back to Marius to wrap up the session. and share more links. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ainura. I just want to show the participants this link that we've created. Let me start this here. So there's a lot of links that we will be sharing. First of all, this is the getting started with Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And this will show you, if I just open the link, it will start with how do I create it's a getting started from scratch. How do I create a network, a virtual cloud network that Ainura has discussed? How do I create a virtual machine and add storage to this? Let's go back. If you look at the other links that I've shared, Red Hat has built a step-by-step guide on how to do this, a frequently asked questions guide. If I click on this, it will bring up this page to give you more information on the partnership, on the support, what versions are supported. So this is and we will be sharing these links with you. So with that, I want to hand back to Violetta. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marius and Ainura. All right, with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Ainura and Marius, for being here at Cloud Coaching and presenting to us. We hope to see you soon again. We hope that you enjoyed the session. And if you have any questions, feel free to use the Slack channel or the email address to post them, and we will be responding to everybody shortly. All right, thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye-bye to everyone.
Thank you. Goodbye.